Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is, you have a lot of people that teach guitar and music, and they teach you all these easy songs that are just bore you to tears. Alright, I'm going to teach you a song that is relatively easy, and you can learn to play it piece by piece, and you can make it harder as you go. Alright, and this will teach you a lot about how to learn a song. Alright, this song is probably not a song you like, maybe you've never heard. It's called Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. And your parents might like it, but I think I'm quite a bit older than them. Anyway, it's a song from back in the day. But what it does have is it has a combination of finger picking, single note playing, I'm sorry, not finger picking, single note playing, and some relatively easy chords. And you can learn to play it in a very simple form, and as you get better, you'll be able to play more advanced and more difficult parts and kind of make it better, and you can make it your own, okay? Again, the song is Wish You Were Here. I suggest you go on to a website called ultimateguitar.com, and it has tabs, and you look up the tab for Wish You Were Here. Actually, I think I'll find the one I want for you to play with, and I'll send it to you in an email. Alright? This song is going to involve a couple of chords and the ways to make the chords that you're not used to, okay? So one of the chords that I taught you, and because I'm alone out with my kid I have to move around, is the G chord. And the G chord usually is played thus, with the index finger on the 5th string 2nd fret, your middle finger on the 6th string 3rd fret, and your ring finger on the 1st string 3rd fret. And it's a full 6-string chord, like so, okay? The way I want you to play this song and try to play a lot of chords is again with these fingers, okay? So the way I play the G predominantly is with my middle finger on the 5th string 2nd fret, my ring finger on the 6th string 3rd fret, and my pinky on the 1st string 3rd fret and 6th string fret. 6-string chord. Okay? The second chord that's needed in this is the standard C, which you play just as I think I've showed you before. 1st finger, 2nd string, 1st fret, ring or middle finger, 4th string, 2nd fret, and your ring finger, 5th string, 3rd fret, and this is a 5-string chord. When I talk about 6, 5, and 4 string chords, I'm talking about whether or not you play the 6th string, the low E, or the A, or the D. Alright, so for a C, because we want the root note to be a C, we will play it starting playing only the 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st string. You're going to try and skip the top low string, and that takes some getting used to, and that's part of one of the skills you'll develop is muting and missing that string. So we can have that G that I showed you, this C, okay? We're going to play a standard D, which I showed you, I'm pretty sure, and that is 1st finger, 3rd string, 2nd fret, middle finger, 1st string, 2nd fret, and then your ring finger, 2nd string, 3rd fret. That's a 4-string chord. You just want to play the 4 highest strings. A lot of times you'll get this, you'll pull in this A, and it won't totally kill a D, but you know, it's just something you want to try and do. It's a skill you'll develop in dodging strings that you don't want. Later on, it's harder. You're going to want to play one string, skip the 2nd string, and play the other string, and there's some technique needed there. Alright? The other chords that are used in this is simply an A, which is how I suggest you use your last 3 fingers, putting your pinky finger on the 2nd string 2nd fret, your ring finger on the 3rd string 2nd fret, and your middle finger on the 4th string 2nd fret. And it is a 5-string chord. You can play it all 6 strings and it'll give it a little bit of a diminished sound, and so if you hit it, no big deal, right? And the other chord is A minor. All you do is take your A, pull your pinky finger off, then put your first finger on the 2nd string 1st fret, and that gives you an A minor. An A minor, a C, and a G are chords you're going to use all the time, get them down, okay? Now the last video I made ran on forever, and it took me forever to process it and stuff like that, so this is probably going to be chopped up in a video or two, okay? So the first thing to start with is just practice playing the G as I showed you. Go to a D, go to an A minor, back to a G, to a D, switch to the C, and this will be a harder chord transition, to the C, to the A minor. So now this is something you need to learn on changing some chords, is we're going to go from a C for an A minor. For the C and A minor, the first finger is going to stay in the same spot. You don't have to move it. So all you really need to do is, and as is the middle finger, alright? All you're really going to do is you're going to pick up your ring finger, slide everything together, and drop your ring finger down on the 3rd string 2nd fret. Same way if you want to go from an A minor to a C, you're simply going to pick up your ring finger, move it up, and you'll slide your hand a little bit just for the reach, up, and drop it down on the 5th string 3rd fret. It's an easy chord transition, and it's something that's important to do, is when you start looking at chord transitions, look at where you can leave a finger. Don't pick up any finger that you don't need to. So for the A minor, to go to the C, all we have to do is move one finger actually, and that is the ring finger up from the 3rd string to the 5th string. Alright, 5th string, 3rd fret. Alright, so you're going to go to a C, we're going to go to a D, and back to an A minor. Now, so when we go from a D to an A minor, there's no way of getting around it. We've got to pick up all our fingers and move them. We're going to go to a G. Alright, so we're still going to use the last 3 fingers on this G, pick them up, move it up to the G, back to a D, to a C, A minor, easy move, G, whoops, blew that one, didn't I? G, and that's it. Alright, so it's going to sound something like, it's going to go. And I could play the song because I've played it, but I haven't played it for a whole long time, so I'm probably going to suck at it a little bit. But so you just strum it. C, 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 A minor, D, C, minor, right? I'm going to send you this tab, and it's going to have a first page. It's going to have a bunch of single note stuff, but the second page you'll see where the words are. So you think you can tell, Heaven from Hell, Blue Skies from Pain, all this other stuff. And we're just playing that chord progression. You'll see above the so will be a C, and at the end of tell will be a D. All we're doing is playing that chord progression. So to start with, just try and learn to play these chords simply through this whole list of lyrics. And realistically, that's pretty much the song, okay? There's another set of lyrics after we do this thing, but it's going to be the same exact chord progression. When you get used to playing that chord progression, it'll stick in your head. So what you're doing right now is you're just going to play the simple strum. But when you get used to that, and this is the easy way, okay? As you start to feel comfortable with that, you're going to start to adjust your strum. I suggest you listen to the song. Like, again, it's probably not your kind of music, but you'll live with it. You're young, you'll get over it. All right? So instead of just doing, C, start trying to develop how the song sounds. And as you start to learn these chord progressions, what you'll see that I did there was sometimes when you move a chord, there's this thing in music where you don't hit the next chord immediately, and there's this like intermediate sound thing you put in, okay? So for example, I go from the C, I went right to the D, okay? C right to the D. Alright? So going from the D, I'm going to go to an A minor, alright? And that's going to be a direct move. No, it isn't. So you'll see I play the D, and then as I'm picking up my fingers and moving them over to the A minor, I just strum. And what that does is it just hits notes, they're fine, but it keeps the song going. So instead of going, just hit the strings. Alright, you hear that? It kind of melodically, musically moved on, alright? Find a lot of places when you're doing that you can just strum, so you're not all like, blah, I gotta get to the next chord, right? So, all I want you to do right now is get used to playing this whole progression, C, D, A minor, G, D, C, A minor. You'll see it on the form here. Just try and strum through it. Don't try and do anything special with it, but when you start feeling it, if you listen to the music, try and make something happen, alright? I mean, in this video, because my other videos are too long. And then I'm going to come up and start showing you how to do the fingering. Now what I want you to do is understand that probably to learn to play this song well where you're at is a month-long adventure, okay? But it is a good song for you to develop and know that, hey, I can now play a song. And it's going to be pretty cool. A lot of people like this song. It's kind of fun to play. And if you ever have the fortune to pick up a 12-string, and 12-string guitars aren't very expensive, but they are so rich. This is like the most awesome song to play on a 12-string ever, okay? So I'm going to shut this one off, and then I'll start another one and we'll go from there, all right?